Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about why you should be buying everything with your credit card. And I'm going to be talking about 5 specific reasons why you should be using your credit card, not your debit card, not cash. And let's just dive right into it. So the first reason, and the reason I like the most, is because with a credit card you get cash back or you can get rewards points. And with that reason alone, it makes using a credit card a no-brainer over a debit card or using cash, right? And just doing a quick Google search, you can see that there are plenty of credit cards with cashback opportunities, like 2% cashback, 1 to 2%, 1 to 8%, 1 to 5%, 1 to 6%, and so on, right? There are so many credit cards with cashback opportunities. And then even looking at rewards cards here, I mean, look, we have a Delta Sky Miles card here with 1 to 2 times the rewards miles. So you're spending money and you're getting miles to travel with Delta. And so any money you spend on here is going to help you towards traveling with Delta for free. And there's tons of other cards that give you points, which can be used to help pay off your credit card or help pay for vacations or other things like that the card offers. So I mean, it's just honestly a no-brainer. Like, if you're gonna be spending the money anyways, you might as well use a credit card and get a little bit cash back, so technically you're spending less, right? So say I spend $100 on groceries a month, but then I use my credit card that gets cash back, let's say 5%. So that means that I'm getting $5 back every month for stuff I'm already spending money on. Now granted, you know, cashback rewards or rewards points, they're not gonna, you know, make you a millionaire or be able to vacation every other week, but they're gonna help you get things or save money that you wouldn't otherwise have had if you were to use your debit card or if you were to pay in cash. You're not getting those rewards, you're not getting that cash back. So for me, that alone makes it worth it. Now granted, you're not gonna wanna use your credit card and just spend as much money as you can to keep getting rewards points because that doesn't make sense, but just use it on your normal everyday purchases. And you're gonna get cash back or rewards points back. It just makes sense. So number 2 kind of ties into rewards points and cash back, but this one is starting bonuses with your credit cards. So a lot of credit cards, when you open them and you spend a specific amount within the first month, 2 months, 3 months, they're gonna give you a starting bonus reward. For example, on this site, it looks like it's labeled intro offer, starting bonus, same thing, right? So you could get an extra $300, 75,000 miles, 60,000 points. So for example, with this Capital and Venture card, you can get 75,000 miles as an intro offer. You just gotta spend $4,000 within 3 months. And 75,000 miles is about $750 in travel. And so for most people, spending $4,000 in 3 months isn't that hard to do. Most people spend a lot more than that. So if you're just buying your groceries, buying your gas, buying all these things you're already buying with a credit card, you can get some nice starting bonuses for simply just having a credit card. So the third reason is for safety. Using credit cards is actually way safer than using cash or debit. So when I'm talking about safety, I'm specifically talking about in cases of theft, right? You know, it's a lot easier for someone to steal your cash. It's a lot easier for someone to steal your debit card, because the second you swipe your debit card, that money's gone. The second you spend your cash, that money's gone, right? Or even in transactions of fraud or other things like that. You know, the second that debit card's swiped, the money's gone. The second you spend your cash, that money's gone, right? So say someone steals your debit card information, right? And they purchase a bunch of stuff off of it. That money's gone. It's a lot harder to get that money back. But with credit cards, it's a lot easier to dispute claims, specifically in cases of fraud, right? So it's a lot easier to get that money back or never pay that money to begin with. So the fourth reason is pretty cool and I think is often overlooked, but with credit cards, when you're using credit cards to purchase certain things, you can get insurance, such as like rental car insurance or travel insurance for free, and you don't really have to pay for anything. So in terms of insurance, obviously each credit card covers things differently or different amounts, but in a lot of cases, for example, with rental car insurance, credit cards can be used as primary coverage. So instead of using your own personal auto insurance, you could use your credit card's insurance, right? So there's kind of different things you can look into depending on the credit card, and they'll just cover insurance for you just because you have the credit card. And there's a lot of credit cards out there that provide insurance that don't really require an annual fee or anything like that. So it's kind of free. So it's just one of those things that just makes sense, right? If you're going to be renting a car anyways, you might as well use your credit card. You get the insurance, you get bonus miles or cash back. It's just one of those no-brainer things. Now, the fifth and final reason I want to talk to you about why you should be using credit cards on all your purchases is because it builds your credit score. Credit cards help you build and improve that credit score. Especially if you're like a kid in college, you probably don't have much of a credit history. You might have a car loan, you might have something, right? But most college kids probably don't. But when I was in college, and a lot of people I knew, they didn't have car loans, they didn't have home loans, right? They're just in college, they pretty much just have student debt, right? So they don't really have much of a credit history, they don't much have a credit score, but opening a credit card on purchases they're already going to be using, like to buy groceries every week or whatever, is going to help build that credit score and help you establish credit. So it's just kind of one of those things that makes sense because you're going to need a credit score or credit history if you ever want to buy a house or if you ever need a car loan, like you're going to need a credit score. And that pretty much wraps it up for the top 5 reasons why you should be using a credit card on everything you buy. But just remember that this is not financial advice, and if you enjoyed this video and thought any of these tips were useful, please subscribe, smash the like button. I would appreciate that so much. Thank you, and have a great rest of your day.